The local index expected to hold steady in its trade today as it ended higher after a subdued session. The rand, on the other hand, remains weak. Chantal Marx is head of equity research at FNB Wealth and Investments, and she joins us now for a quick look at the performance of the JSE in early trade. Chantal, good morning to you, and thanks indeed for your time. Your quick overview of how the markets are faring so far this morning after ending higher, given the subdued session yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, it does seem as if our market is firmly in negative territory this morning. We have the Chinese tech shares under pressure over there. So that has translated into some pressure on Naspers and Prosus as well. We also have commodity producers under pressure. The rand is trading weak. So unfortunately, red across the board.
Let's talk about the Reserve Bank posting the latest lead, or should I say leading business cycle indicator. How is South Africa faring in this regard?
So our leading business indicator is showing that activity is going to continue to move down, which is really unfortunate. This is a lumpy indicator though, so it does tend to change quite a bit from month to month. But if you look at it on a rolling 3-month basis, it is quite clear that there is quite a bit of pressure on the South African economy. In this specific print, what stood out was the number of building plans passed. Of course, buildings won't go up if the economy isn't in a good position, and it does seem as if that weighed the most on the leading business cycle indicator as the job advertisement, which tells us that employment isn't necessarily picking up at the pace that we would like to see it pick up.
Let's turn our attention to company news. BHP publishing its half-year 2023 results. Help us make sense of how the iron ore company performed.
So we have had a production update from the company, so we had a good sense of what these numbers were going to look like. There was a negative surprise in terms of the amount of debt that the company has taken on, and that resulted in profitability missing and the dividend missing as well. That said, the outlook statement was quite buoyant, pointing towards improved trading conditions in 2023 and 2024. So what we saw in Australia overnight is that BHP's share price initially fell quite substantially, but then it made good gains into the close. In South Africa this morning, the stock is down about 2.5%, but I would expect a steady improvement as the trading day continues.
Let's take a look at Sasol, also announcing its results for the 6 months, which ended on the 31st of December 2022. Talk us through their numbers.
So we knew this was going to be not a great result. The company did put out a trading statement. They did put out several production reports telling us that they were having some serious operational issues in their South African businesses as well as the mines in South Africa. So this is what has translated through into the sets of numbers that we're seeing right now. I think positive takeaways are that they are going to pay an interim dividend, which is a positive signal and tells us that the company thinks that they'll continue to generate cash into the future. And we also know that some of the pricing dynamics are starting to look a little bit better, particularly in the chemicals business. So we would expect things to improve from here on out, but I mean, it wasn't a great result, so not surprising that the share price is under pressure today.
Let's conclude with the hotel group, City Lodge, saying it's back in black. Talk to us about those developments.
So City Lodge released a trading statement yesterday, and I thought it was a pretty strong trading statement. The market reaction was negative, which tells us that the market may have, on average, expected a little bit more from them. But I think that they've performed very well. And what City Lodge did during the pandemic is they really trimmed their their operations to a point where their cost base is a lot lower than it used to be. So it means that as occupancies pick up, it goes straight into their profit. So I think that it's a good start, and long may it continue.
Chantal Marx, thank you very much for that markets update. Head of Equity Research at FNB Wealth and Investments.